When I do, I know I'm going to be excited and doing my version of jumping for joy.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our special segment. And I'm Candice. And today we have made a really remarkable journey. Like we drove like 6 hours, like all the way from Boston, Chicago to the sincere beauty of Minnesota. And right now, like we have our wonderful guest, Sheri, our old friend. Sheri, so like probably it's very pleasure to meet you because like this is my first time to see you, but
Yeah.
I know you've been with Yarbo for a long time and you've been friend with us like for a really long time. Like how are you doing today?
Well, so far it's a nice sunny winter day here in Minnesota. Unfortunately, not a lot of snow, but gives time to get Yarbo all set up and ready to go. But looking forward to having Yarbo cleaning everything off for me this winter. It's going to be a big help.
Yeah. So Sheri, so can you just like start with probably introduce yourself to our audiences first?
Yep, my name is Sheri. I live here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. And I found out about Yarbo shortly before the Kickstarter, I believe it was, back when it was still called the Snowbot. Had found out you guys were doing some testing and I signed up. It wasn't chosen, but I kept an eye on it because I really liked the idea. And because here in Minnesota, like last year, we got over 90 inches of snow in 1 year, in one winter. So being disabled, I'm like, okay, I need this. So as I saw the Kickstarter and saw that we went from the Snowbot to the Yarbo, I just kept getting more excited. So after I took a trip for some medical reasons and came home and was just frustrated about all the stuff I had going on, I said, you know what? I'm going to do something to set myself up for the future to make sure that my needs are taken care of. And that's when I went on the Kickstarter and I said, I'm signing up and I'm going to make sure that I get the snowblower S1 and the mower M1. And so I signed up at that point and I've been following it, just waiting. And then last winter, you guys were out here testing and you stopped by and said hello and showed it off and got me more excited. And I got to tell you guys that I was building a ramp onto my house so that I could get in and out easier. And so I said, once I get the ramp set up and get Yarbo out here running, I'd be able to show that off, show what it's like. So I'm very much looking forward to having all of it all set up and getting the snow down so that I can show everyone how well Yarbo works.
Nice.
For someone like me who uses a ramp, who has mobility issues, and how wonderful of a product it will be. And so hopefully other people will feel the same way.
That's awesome, and that's very good to hear. And also, like, probably can you like share with us about like your current experience with Yarbo so far?
So have not been able to do much yet. We just got it, and I've got it
Excited?
partially set up. But I got the machine itself put together, and I was kind of playing with it a little bit, driving it around with the controller. And I kept having people coming over and asking about it because everybody's interested.
Oh.
So I get to go and tell all the people about it and talk to other disabled people and say, hey, check it out. I think you'll like it. So I've played around with it a little bit and I just got the ramp put in only 2 days ago. So I have not driven it up the ramp yet. When I do, I know I'm going to be excited and doing my version of jumping for joy.
Nice. That's very good to hear. And also, like, probably can you share me more about like how can you imagine Yarbo is gonna impact your life or your lifestyle?
It will be amazing. Like I said, I have mobility issues and I sometimes use a wheelchair. on really bad days. On other days, I use a walker. On a really good day, I still even use a cane. And so me trying to get out there and use a shovel, even using a cane, is almost impossible. It's very hard. And I also have conditions where I can pass out or I can fall over. And I would really hurt myself when I do that, especially when I've kind of fallen down the stairs once or twice, getting in and out. So that's why the ramp was so important. And so knowing that Yarbo would be able to go up the ramp and get the majority of the snow off, and if anything, just take a broom and swish, swish, will mean everything to me, because that means I don't have to be out there at 3 o'clock in the morning when snow is falling, trying to clean it off a little at a time. I don't have to worry about paying someone a lot of money to drive out to my house to clean it up. I don't have to worry about asking the neighbors to take time out of their day to clean it up. I can say, I have Yarbo and it is going to do the job for me. And I will be able to get my car in and out of the garage. I will be able to have space for someone to come over and help me out in the house without having to go out and clean off the parking spot. I won't have to worry about doing all of that. And then come spring, when the mower shows up, I won't have to pay. I won't have to look for a neighbor kid to pay and then texting them, are you going to come over? Are you going to come over? It's way too high. Or trying to find a service. Yarbo will be able to go out and clean up everything. And with all the work I've had done around the house lately, the front yard had all new sod put in, so come next year, it will go and keep that nice and mowed. I will have a great front yard, and this will make such a difference. It will help make sure that I stay in my house for as long as possible, to make sure that I have a wonderful healing space as I keep going with my medical care, and make sure that my needs are met for all the stuff around outside that otherwise I wasn't able to do. So this will be such a blessing for me to have Yarbo, and that's why I'm so happy to talk to other people and share with everyone how important of a product this truly, truly is. It's helpful for people that have large yards and don't want to spend, once a week trying to clean up the yard or clean up a big driveway. It helps people who want to spend more time with family, but it is such a huge blessing for people who have mobility issues, who might be older, or just really want to make sure that we're nice and safe around our house. So that's why I've been following you guys for at least 2 years now, watching the development and just getting more and more excited. And the day it showed up, I was out there just so happy and so grateful for it. And the guy that dropped it off, he's like, yeah, a few have dropped off. And so I even got to go and tell him more about what he was dropping off for us. So he was excited.
To hear that.
This is just so amazing for me. It is going to be a big help because, like I said, I've actually fallen down those stairs a few times trying to clean them off. And with so much snow last year, the snowbanks in my front yard were higher than my car. I could not lift the snow over them. There was no way.
What which month was that?
What's that?
What time was the snow?
So towards the end of the season, because we got so much snow, that the snowbank next to my driveway was higher than my car. And so if I was trying to clean up some snow, I could not get it on the shovel and lift it over to toss it into the yard. So the only way I could get anything was the neighbor coming over with their big snow blower. Otherwise, I'm trying to clean up and I'm just trying to push it to the end of the driveway and into the street and going, I know it doesn't belong there, but sorry.
I'm curious, have you used some similar products or services in the past? And how does those kind of product or services compared to Yarbo?
So I've lived in this house. I bought it the end of November of 2015, and I moved in early 2016. And since that time, I have basically just been using neighbor help. So I, give the neighbors some money or get the neighborhood kids to come over, and they use a snowblower or they use shovels to try and clear me out. So I've had to be paying them to do the work. And because there was no way I could do it. Absolutely no way I could do it myself. But I often had to clean off my deck and my stairs myself because they wouldn't go up there. They usually use a snowblower.
Clean the driveway.
They did the driveway and the walkway. And then I had to do the rest. So I was out there trying to shovel snow on a rickety old staircase that definitely had to get torn out. So my nice, wonderful new aluminum ramp is going to be a big help. But in the past, trying to clear that off was very dangerous because I'm having to lift the snow over the railing. I couldn't push it underneath. And every time I did that, it hurt. And it hurt. And after, even a 4x8 platform, a 4 foot by 8 foot platform, I could barely stand up. I was in so much pain, even if it was just a couple inches of snow. And in Minnesota, we can get, a foot or two in a snowstorm. We get a lot. So like I said, last winter, we got 90 inches of snow, one of the top snowfalls we've ever had. And by the end of the year, I didn't want to go out of the house. I would stay in my house for like 2 weeks because it's just too much snow. I could not handle it. There was ice everywhere because I couldn't get out to clean up what was left behind. And trying to get up and down the stairs was so difficult and so dangerous for me. So I have worked really hard. I got my ramp in place, and now Yarbo will be able to make sure I don't have to do that anymore. I won't have to be out there trying to lift the snow over these snowbanks as high as my car, as high as the top of my car. I don't have to worry about, with the new ramp, I don't have to worry about, okay, the snow is as high as the base, now I have to start lifting it. Nope. Yarbo will slowly come up the ramp, send the snow off of there. Any little bits behind, I can go out with the broom, just clean that off easy peasy. And I don't have to worry about the big bulk of the snow. I don't have to worry about, I didn't get out there to clean it up and now it's turned to ice. It will take care of it for me. It will help keep me safe. And that was one of the reasons that when I found out about it, when I found out about even the Snowbot, before I ever considered if it could go up a ramp or not, knowing that this technology would be able to clean off the majority of it, so I would never again have to worry about not being able to stand up, that I would never have to worry about falling over, that I would be safe, that made such a big difference. And so that's why I've been following it so closely. And as soon as I thought about it, I think for a week or two after the Kickstarter started, and went, okay, do I really want it? Yes. Do I really want it? Yes. Every time I asked myself, do I really want it? I said yes. So I finally said, I keep saying yes. Why am I not doing it? And so when I got home from this trip, I signed right on and said, I don't have to worry about this. As soon as it shows up, I will not have to worry about it again. And then once, as the technology just kept evolving, I kept coming up with more and more and more ideas of how it could help me. Like I said, getting the ramp. Ooh, the ramp is big enough, and Yarbo will be able to fit to go right up there. The ramp that I got when I was talking to the people about installing it, they were like, eh. And then I explained to them all the safety features. I explained to them how, with the grid on the front, how I don't have to worry about Yarbo going too far and hitting the metal of the railings. I don't have to worry about, because when they set it up, they gave me a form and it, all the things to do and not do with this ramp. And it says on there, don't use a snowblower. And I went, but Yarbo, once I set it up, because it's so, you can control it so well, I'll be able to send it up there. I don't have to worry about going a little too far or losing focus and whoops, now I'm hitting the metal railing. I know it's going to be protected because there's all these wonderful safety features on it. And it will be so helpful for me. And so when I was setting it up with them, I'm like, okay, hey Yarbo, contacted you guys. Hey Yarbo, will it work on my platform? Having a nice big 5x5 platform. And you guys said, yep, we think we'll make it work. We think it'll work. I'm like, perfect. So we got it all ordered, got it all set up, and I can't wait to be able to show off it going up and down that and keeping it clean. And then it'll be able to go out and clean off the driveway. And I won't ever worry about, oops, I can't get the garage door open because it's frozen shut. Because whoever was cleaning it left snow behind. I know Yarbo will take care of it without going too far. I won't, and I know when the mower comes, it'll be able to come out and take care of all that. I won't ever have to worry about the neighborhood getting on my case about having my grass a little too high. I will always have something set up, ready to go. Yarbo will just take care of it for me. And I will be able to go out and sit in the grass and not have to worry about any of it ever again. So this has been, it gives me so many ideas of what I can do outside that I haven't been able to do because of my mobility issues, because I know I couldn't do everything to keep it clean. Now I know I can. So I'm so excited, and I hope everyone else is too.
Yeah, I feel so happy for you. And also, like, probably, is there any additional improvements you would like to see in the future, like for our product?
Oh, you guys have come up with so many.
I'm challenging you.
Ooh. So, as for the snowblower, I don't know that I have a lot of ideas for that. I think you guys have come up with a lot of great ideas, but for the additional modules, ooh, I know there's plenty of ones. One thing I would love to see is, I know there's a lot of people who love to garden, and especially there's some older people or people like me who are disabled who want to go out and spend a little time outside, planting a few flowers, making your house look nice since you're at home a lot. And I'd love to have some kind of module to attach to it that we can sit on it, and it will, because it does move slowly, be able to just kind of slowly either help us move along or have be able to put all the gardening supplies right there, so we're not having to get up and down and lifting everything. We can just kind of scoot along with it and have it right there, and it'll help us garden. It can pull the Yarbo can pull a Tesla. We've seen that video. So we know it has the power to be able to do something like that.
Yes.
Have some kind of seat or some kind of holder for all of our gardening needs. And we never have to worry about, oh, how, if I have my cane or have a walker, how can I move everything along? You know, especially if you have a raised bed or something like that for someone like me, so we're not up and down off the ground. How do I move all that stuff along? I can't move a big table of all the equipment along. How fun would it be to have just some kind of module that comes along, moves all that gardening equipment right alongside of us, just kind of following you along, and you can do all the stuff you need to do, and you don't have to worry about, oh, now I got to pick it up and move it along. I think that would be really a fun thing to add.
Yeah, let me tell you a secret. We are gonna release some new types of the new innovations at CES 24.
Cool.
Which is next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we are
that
gonna
soon?
release something new,
Okay.
like about the future innovation of Yarbo at that time. And stay tuned.
Yeah, because I know one you guys were thinking about doing also is an attachment to move the garbage cans and the recycling bins down
Yeah.
to the down to the end of the driveway. Ooh, that would be so much fun. I think that'll be a great one because for me, mine goes out so rarely because I live alone and I don't have a lot that goes out. So mine doesn't go out very often, but when it does, I have a cat and I have kitty
You have
litter.
a cat?
I have a cat, but he's
Oh.
inside only, so he doesn't ever come outside. He's very, very old. He's elderly. He's 18 years old. Very old kitty. But he goes through a lot of kitty litter. It's very heavy to move that down every time. So I only take it out about once every 2 to 3 months, but that is a bit of cat litter that goes out. To have Yarbo be able to move that, I can't wait for that module. If you guys are going to keep with that idea, I think that will be an excellent one for me as
Awesome.
well. And let's see, I know because there's a lot of different ones you guys have come up with, but I know, and I hope a lot of other people have ideas too. But one of the things that really drew me in with Yarbo versus all these other ideas, I had mentioned to you earlier off camera when we were talking, that there's all these other companies that had come out with like just a robot lawnmower or something. And okay, yeah, that's great. It's only one product. And yours, when you switch out that front end, you don't have to get a new back end. You only have to change out the front module. And it makes it so much easier because that way you don't have to buy a whole bunch of products. You don't have to buy a brand new product every time they make a new innovation. All you do is take off the front end. I love that idea. It was such a good selling point. And that way I know in my garage at some point I'm going to have to add new shelves, or I know you guys were hoping for some kind of shelf organizer to be able to have all the stuff lined up. And so come each time, get the new module on there, make sure it's all ready to go. Even for someone with me that has a smaller yard, a smaller driveway, because of the mobility issues, because of the medical issues I have, it will be like each new module I'm going to be going, okay, how can I make it work for all my needs? And I can't wait to see them all, because even with a small lot, this is going to be so helpful. And even if in the future, if I move to a different place where I don't need it, maybe I can leave it behind and use it as a selling point for the house for the next person. Find someone else that needs that kind of a leg up, that kind of help, someone else with a mobility issue, and say, this is going to stay with the house and it will be a good selling point, and make sure that they get that help too. So hopefully
awesome.
that will be, long time in the future, and we're going to have a nice big, a whole big group of products, a whole bunch of modules that we'll be able to showcase it off on the front of the house, so everyone driving by can see it. Because I know, like I said earlier, I have had Yarbo sitting out in front of my house for a little while I'm getting everything set up, because I couldn't unfortunately do it all at once, that people would drive by and see it and they're like, what's that? And they would ask and they would wonder, and everybody is so interested. So I know a lot of people think it's a really cool idea, and when I go out and I talk to them, I get to blow their minds and say it's way more than you ever thought it could possibly be. So that has been such a fun thing for me to do.
So good.
Oh, being able to teach people about it has been super fun for me.
Sorry, let me check on the camera for a
I
second.
love this. I love
You're
these
doing
products.
so great. Yeah.
Use the technology and make it work, and so that's why I'm super excited. I think you guys, once you guys came up with that idea of putting the different modules on there, I'm like, how can I not?
Yeah. Probably like and also I'd love to ask you, like, what messages would you give to others who are like also considering Yarbo?
Ooh, fun. Like I said, I've been talking to a whole lot of people about Yarbo already, especially other disabled people, and kind of telling them how it benefits us so much. Because for someone with a big yard, yes, it will save time and it will save energy. It'll give you more time with your family. You don't have to worry about, oh, it takes an entire Saturday to mow the yard. You won't have to worry about it anymore. Yarbo takes care of it. You don't have to worry about getting up super early on a Sunday morning to make sure that the driveway is clear so that you can go and run your weekend errands or go do your shopping for the week, go to church, whatever it is. Yarbo takes care of it. No more waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to make sure that the family can leave by 7 o'clock in the morning. But for disabled people, that's been really fun to talk to other people like me and go, you know what? When I say robot snowblower, you think good things. But that's only the start. When I tell them that it is programmable, that you don't have to bury wires around the yard, that you set up the programming and it gets super close, like centimeters close to the edges, that it's going to be very, very precise. You don't have to worry about, oh, it missed or it forgot, or, oh my word, the battery, I forgot to charge it. It does it all for you. It goes and charges itself when the battery is low. So I get to tell them, this takes a load off your mind because you don't have to worry about, do I have the energy today? Do I have the physical ability today to take care of what I need to do? You say, I have to go to work. Yarbo took care of it so I can do that. I need to go run errands today. I want to go visit my family. I have a doctor appointment. I'm going to go out and visit my grandkids. You never have to worry about, do I have to go out early and clean everything off? Go clean off the snow. You don't have to worry about, oh, did I mow the lawn this week? It took care of it for you. Plus, the camera's on there. I love that idea. Because for me, I share a driveway with my neighbors. And I park my car in their garage. So I have a nice big open driveway most of the time, unless I have a visitor. My neighbors park in their driveway all the time. So for me, Yarbo can go and clean off my area. But then I can set up a second area. And I can peek out the window, or I can even check the cameras and go and see, hey, their cars are gone. They're at work. Yarbo, go clean off what's left over on their driveway for them. Because after they've helped me out for so long, I get to repay the favor.
Oh.
And so for all the disabled people who have been bartering and bribing and paying extra money to get other people to do the work that they can't do, now you can go and return the favor. You can go to those neighbors who have been so helpful for you and go, you know what? This year, I'm going to send Yarbo over to help you guys out when you need it, when it's not working on my yard or on my driveway. And that way you get to create a closer knit neighborhood. And you get to know your neighbors, and you get to say, you know what, I'm going to help you out. And that is such an important thing today. A lot of people out there, we don't get to know our neighbors. But with Yarbo, it's actually a way you get to talk to other people. You get to teach them about the product, show them how it helps them if they're just driving by and maybe they live a few doors away. Or for me, I have a bunch of neighbors close by. I get to say, you know what, you've helped me out. You've pulled my car out of the garage when the battery died. I'm going to go send Yarbo over to help you out today. And that way they know how much I appreciate them. And they get to see the benefit. And when they, in the future, if they go buy another house somewhere else, maybe they'll go and get it too, because they know how great of a product it is. They know how much it'll help them. And for some of my neighbors around here, as they're getting older and they're talking about going into a smaller house or moving somewhere else that gets a little bit of snow but not a lot, I know it'll help them too. So I get to tell them about the product and say, you know what? Even if you only get a little bit of snow, you don't get buried like us here in Minnesota, it's still going to help you out. even if all you need is the mower, because maybe you live somewhere where you only get a dusting of snow once in a while, you don't need a big snowblower. You at least can have the mower. Make sure your grass is taken care of, have it looking beautiful, and be the envy of your neighborhood instead of going, oh no, I have to go and do that, rather than doing something I want to do. So I get to use these as selling points for everybody and go and tell them how wonderful this will be for them, how it gives you back your time, your effort, your energy, and keep you safe. No matter what life throws at you, Yarbo will help take care of you. And so I've been so excited.
That's so
to show it off.
fascinating, Sheri. Thank you like so much for sharing with us on this. And I mean, this is the start from the beginning of the journey, like with Yarbo, like, and also I think like we definitely look forward to like to share more stories together. Looking forward, right?
Oh, I love as new modules come out and I get to check them out at my house. I would love to keep checking back in and showing off with everybody what it looks like, because you know, whether it's me or other people showing it off, I know every person who's helped by it that goes and tells someone else, it helps everyone that gets to learn about it and gets it for their house. Because, like I said, it does keep you safe. It does give you that time back. And so by showing off our Yarbo, by talking about it, by getting the new equipment, we get to get back that time. We get to get back our safety. We get to make sure that all of our needs, all of our lawn care and snow care needs, everything is going to be taken care of, and we have to spend a lot less time thinking about it, worrying about it. We get to handle all the other crazy things in our lives instead. So I hope to have you guys coming back in the future. Each time you come up with new modules, I'm more than happy to have you come and visit. You guys are so great to me, and I have loved seeing their smiling faces stop by.
Definitely, like we appreciate that. And
I'm happy to have you come by whenever you're ready.
I mean, thank you for helping us, right?
Yes.
And and also like thank you like to our viewers for joining us this journey from Chicago to Minnesota, and it's been definitely a trip to remember. And also like stay tuned with more stories with Sheri, and I'm Candice. Have a great day, everyone.
Take good care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Yep.